this was just I'm going to try this out, see how it goes. I would not say it's the best map I've played or anything like that, but there's enough here that makes this map different that I'm thinking, yeah, okay, I'm going to stick with this one. And 2 seasons years, and I'm going to be done with it. But I did want to see how this is a good challenging map for start from scratch. I don't think American maps are good start from scratch maps for the most part, especially not when you've got 20-acre fields and only 10 fields. There's no contracts to do, or there's not sufficient contracts to do, and you really can't start from scratch with base equipment and a 20-acre field. You can't even afford the field to start off with, and if you can, you're going to end up with sort of 125 horsepower tractor and leasing the harvester for the first year. Now, if you play New Farmer, that can make a difference. So as I said, I started this last weekend Lone Oak Farm, and I've dabbled with that one, but I haven't really gotten into it. And all I did was I said, okay, I'm going to make the setup quick, I'm just going to do New Farmer, save it, and then restart it as a multiplayer. And the equipment you get on that farm, still, I don't know, it's not entirely well thought out. And the harvester is absolutely sufficient for your farm. You could have a bigger one, but the one you have has good capacity, good size. You've got a good grain trailer. And then you've got a 6M. Okay, that's good for pottering around, doing the mowing, whatever. And you've got a 7R, which has, I want to say about 280 horsepower maybe. But then you've got a plough that requires 350 horsepower and a cultivator that requires 400. And it's sort of, well, either I need a bigger tractor, or this plough and this cultivator are completely useless for the equipment I'm starting with. I should have had a smaller cultivator and a smaller plough, and have to work up from there. Now, as it is, if you're starting New Farmer, if you're starting a regular game, not seasons, then that's not a big deal, because the very first field you can harvest that and make about 200,000 selling the stuff from it, the wheat, and you can also bale up you've got a loading wagon, a baler, and a mower. You don't have a teddy, you don't have a windrower, but from that harvest, I can use the loading wagon, collect up the hay, the straw, and sell it, because I'm not playing seasons. So that's additional income. But with that, I can actually buy one of the, not a John Deere, but a cheaper large tractor that does have getting on for 400 horsepower, so that I can actually use the plough and the cultivator. But you have to kind of figure that out. But as I said, big fields, you can make a lot of money from those fields, which this farm you just can't. I don't know what money I'm going to make from the sale of the grains this year, because I'm saving that up until the predicted best day for sale. However, the fields on this farm are small, or on this map are small enough that I'm figuring I can probably buy some new fields over winter with the proceeds from the grains from the first year. So long as I can do that, the map's a going concern. If I can't raise the money to buy a new field for 6 harvests, then that makes the map a struggle. So, and that's a risk I'm carrying on Lone Oak Farm. Is the fields are very, very expensive because they're very, very big. You can turn over and make a lot of money very quickly, but how long is it going to take before you can buy your second field or third field? You start with 3 fields. Yeah, I think I've got 3 fields, but the first, 2 of them are just cultivated, so I have to plant them before they're going to make me any money. And I've just harvested the only one that was ready to harvest, and so I've got to plough that one and harvest that one, or plant that one before it's going to make me any money. But because I'm multiplayering those, I have help. Although she's still learning how to drive, so we frequently end up with harvesters stuck halfway up a tree. Or she'll charge the grain trailer to unload the harvester and send the grain trailer flying, and it's sometimes not pretty, but we're working on that. It's certainly going faster than if I was doing it on my own. But I just, it's sort of for me, the large maps. That's not good. Let's move it over a bit. There we go. Because it takes so long to develop a large map, even with large equipment, I can lose interest in them very quickly. Obviously, playing seasons, the vast majority of my playthroughs are seasons. So going back to the base game is sort of, oh yeah, that's a thing. But, it takes. I'm doing all of the ploughing, and then I'm doing all of the planting, and then I'm doing all of the fertilizing, then I'm doing all of the harvesting. So it's not, I can't vary what I'm doing, because there's specific points in the year where you do your planting, you do your harvesting, etc., etc., etc. With the base game, I think if you want to make money the fastest, you have to turn over your fields as fast as you can. And what that ends up meaning is as soon as you've harvested a field, you want to be ploughing that and replanting it immediately. No, don't waste time. Don't leave a field fallow, because that's not making you any money. If you took out a loan to buy the field, that's actually costing you money. So, as soon as I've planted the field, I want to fertilize it, get it grown as quickly as possible, and as soon as it's ready to harvest, I want to be harvesting that, selling it. And that's how you play the base game. But you can end up, I'm harvesting this field, I'm fertilizing this next field, I'm planting this next field, I'm going back to the field I just harvested to plough it. And so I'm distributing the work I'm doing over each field. I'm not doing the same thing over and over and over. But with the maps with the big fields, we saw it with, I can't remember which one of Arthur's games it was, but he spent 5 YouTube episodes harvesting the field with a big harvester. And then once that was done, he spent a couple of episodes baling up the straw, and then he spent more episodes collecting the straw, and it was sort of, I don't feel like you've done anything, and I find that frustrating when I'm playing that sort of game. I'll use workers a lot, and I'll definitely use follow me so that I don't have to do all the baling. The harvester can, I can be driving the harvester up and down the field, and then the baler's following me, baling up the straw, and just so I can get it done and get on with the next bit. And this map, I mean, we've been, possibly 20 minutes doing this field, but this field is done. Yeah, I'm going to do the one next to it next. But we've already done 3 fertilizing contracts spread all over the map. We've done, cultivating this. Oh, look, the world's dried out. So maybe after I've finished cultivating this, I'm not going to cultivate the next one. We've still got, it's the 4th day of mid-fall. We're playing 9-day seasons. So this is actually the 1st day of mid-autumn. And then we've got 2 more days to go that I can cultivate that next field over. So I think my next job on this map is possibly to go and do at least one of the harvesting contracts, because that'll bring some money into the farm immediately. My goodness, it's not. Okay, we have been playing at 5 times speed. How long is the stream? Oh, we've only been playing for an hour and 15 minutes. Okay, that would explain it. I didn't start till 8:30. So that's... I was kind of expecting, we're approaching 10 o'clock and I should have been playing for about 2 hours now, which means we should be approaching nightfall. But I was 30 minutes late starting. Or later than I would like to be starting. So we may go to about 10:30 to get this stream end of the day. Unless I fall asleep before that. I'm definitely going to have to refill my cup because I am out of water and my throat is very dry. Might need to call my HVAC installers and ask them about a humidifier, because there was one home we lived in the UK, we had forced air heating, and I suffered from a dry throat during winter. Didn't have air conditioning because that's not really a thing in the UK. It's kind of something that some new houses are installing, but not a big thing. Yeah, and I think that's something I have noticed with Arthur. What is his longest recent playthrough has been his class production. Is it the North Frisian Marsh where he's making beer? But that is so little and far between that it kind of gets disjointed when there's one video a month. It's like, where did you get up to? I mean, it's hard enough to judge a map by first looks, and there's a number of YouTubers that will do a 40-minute first look on a map, but it's sort of it doesn't give me the feel of the map and whether I'm going to enjoy playing it, and so it really ends up I need to put a couple of hours into a map to figure out, am I going to enjoy this? Or not. And I mean, I'll watch Farm Sim series. I haven't watched what's his name, Mr. Seeley, for a while, but people like him, Daggerwin, Virtual Farmer, they play a series, or they'll play 2 series, or they'll play 3 series a week, but they're playing a series and to completion, and it might take them 2 months to complete the series, but they're telling the story, they're demonstrating the map. I will watch some of them, and I may make a decision that, you know what, I wouldn't mind playing that map, but I'm not going to play it while you're playing it. Some of them, it's sort of, it gets to the end of the series, and it's sort of, I don't know. I've seen the map. I'm not interested in playing it, but and right now I'm not looking for a new map because I've got this one and Oakfield on the go. Oakfield will go until Farm Sim 21-22 comes out, possibly longer because Lawfolds did. And anything else I play will be, a short-term playthrough. Now, where are we going? We weren't doing a contract, so harvesting 70 is barley. I think we'll do that. Where is 70? I keep doing that. 70 is... Come out the farm, turn right, down here, next to 59. I'll take the grain cart down there first, and then we'll come back for the harvester. We'll beam back for the harvester, I think. So some series, it's sort of, okay, I've seen that played, I don't want to play that map anymore. Others, it's sort of, everyone's playing, The Valley, the Old Farm just came out, and everybody picks it up and plays it. And it's sort of, I don't want to play it because everybody's playing it. And then another map might comes out. But when I'm invested in a couple of maps, so obviously once I'm done with this one, it's done, it's over. I want to find a different map to play. And I may go back and play one that came out in December. I might wait a week and see what comes out next week. Okay, that's empty. So we turn right at 59, left at 59. Tractor could do with a repair, that much is certain. And refueling. Actually, we can probably do that when we dump the grain, because we have to head back down that road to the farm anyway, close to it. going to guess that this tractor does not play well with the driving mod, or the extended driving mod that I'm using, which is why its top speed is so limited. Oh, we have to jump out and get the door. Okay, this is fully serviced, fully fueled. Yeah, that was the thing I was noticing with regular game versus seasons game. You have to maintain your equipment so much more frequently. With Lone Oak Farm, I think I've harvested 2 fields. The header needs to go in for a service. The harvester can probably make 1 more before I have to service that. It's just sort of... With seasons, you service the harvester before harvesting season, and it usually lasts the entire season. And so do all the other bits. So you harvest your, you service your harvester and its various attachments once a year, just before you start. Your tractors you might end up servicing a couple of times per year, depending how many tractors you have and how much work you're doing with the tractors you have. So on this farm, I'm probably servicing the tractor twice a year because it's the only tractor I have. On Oakfield Farm, I have 2 big tractors, 2 medium tractors, and a yard tractor, and I'm probably only servicing each of them once a year because I'm distributing the work between them. But yeah, servicing in the base game is a little bit excessive. Oh dear. Which side do I approach that from? That's handy. Oh, this is one of those dolly trailers that are so annoying to manoeuvre. Okay. Ooh, too far. Yeah. Flubbed the braking there. I was trying to end up approximately on the field back gap, but as you see, the gap between the fields really isn't adequate for spacing. Okay, we open that. I guess that opened you first. I thought I did. Oh, it was already unfolded. There we go. Oh, come on. Complete brain fart on how to steer this thing. So, what are we harvesting? We're harvesting barley. I can't remember if we turned... Well, take that back. I can't remember if we turned on collect straw on contracts, but that doesn't matter because I don't have any straw collecting equipment. And because we don't have any straw collecting equipment, I'm not going to buy a collection wagon, I'm not going to buy a baler. Well, buying a collection wagon serves no purpose because I don't use straw and you can't sell it. You can sell it loose, but it's valueless. So I would have to bale it up, and I don't have a baler, I can't afford a baler, so no point in trying. Yeah, at least we got that far. That's the thing. It's a shame they can't incorporate the game mechanic that they added to the Platinum expansion. headers and header trailers so that they don't fall off anymore. I haven't used it lately, but I'm using the CSZ pack on Oakfield Farm because the pallet forks have an auto attach. So it's the same as hitching a trailer on the back of a tractor. You can hitch a pallet on the pallet forks. Really nice because you can control picking stuff up, putting stuff down, stacking stuff in at least the pallets. It doesn't work on transport mission pallets, which is a bit of a shame. But on sheep wool, fertilizer pallets, everything else, you just drive up to them with the fork collision box turned off and click the button to attach, and the pallet will attach to the fork and it won't fall off. And then when you get it exactly where you want it, you can unattach it and it will fall free. Not entirely realistic, but I am getting so frustrated with pallet forks and game physics that I end up turning on super strength and just picking boxes up and stacking them because things get stuck on forks and you end up having to sort of point the forks at the ground and shake them violently to get the pallet loose. Yeah, I wish the in-game physics worked better. I don't think you can't do it with bales, but for the most part I haven't had as serious an issue stacking bales. It's been amusing at times, but at least 90% of the time I'm getting the bales where I want them and reasonably well stacked, so I don't mind. But because you have to transport the pallets on a trailer, that's a little unfortunate. I'm just going to drive through the crop because that's totally realistic. And I can't destroy other people's crops. Yay! That's not an awesome turn circle, but I guess adequate enough. There we go. As I said, I'm not using the straw mod for contracts on this particular map because I don't have the equipment to collect the straw. And I don't have a personal use for straw to collect it loose. I mean, if I was playing pig farm or a cow farm, yeah, I could have a hayloft and a loading wagon and collect the straw and make use of it. But because also we're playing with seasons, straw has no value unless I bale it. So it's... Yes, hush. So yeah, even if I did have the mod on, it's not something that really works out with this particular playthrough. We'll tune that up. Okay. Now, what I can't remember is, did I add it to the Oakfield Farm playthrough? Because we do have all the equipment we need for collecting straw as bales, and so I would probably add it to that one. Now, I can't remember if I streamed the Old Stream Farm, but that farm, I only played it for a single year season. And I think with seasons you kind of have to play 2 years just to get, because the first year you're compromising with, I'm starting in spring so I don't have anything prepared. At the end of the first year I'm doing all the prep for year 2 during the fall, and so I lose out on that between, as a playthrough if I only play 1 year. But I played the Old Stream Farm for 1 year, and towards the end it was sort of, okay, well, I'm creating all this straw and I'm going to need a baler, so I spent 36,000 on a new baler and baled up all the straw, collected all the straw, sold all the straw, and made 5,000. And it's sort of, I wasted 31,000 on a new baler that didn't clear the cost. So it was kind of a dumb move. I shouldn't have bought the baler. I shouldn't have tried to collect the straw, because I'd have ended up the game with more money by not doing what I did. Oh yes, yeah. Now you can do that, or you can use the little conventional baler, which creates 500 litre bales. Yeah, there's ways and means around that, but using